Hello friends, my name is Shivam from DevOps Schools and I will help you to enable your learning process in various technologies of DevOps, artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data and many more. This is our initiative to help you by sharing multiple tutorials and videos. And if you want any specific tutorials on any particular topic, then please do comment in the below comment section and I will help you with it. Also, please subscribe to our premium services on YouTube, which will give you access to more content and videos to enhance your knowledge about all these topics. Also, if you want me to help you with regards to the online trainings and classroom sessions by our qualified trainers, then please do write me at contact@devopsschool.com. Thank you.
Okay, so now let's get started with Datadog. So as part of setting up the Datadog, what you have to do, so you need to install the dashboard, you need to install the agent, which yesterday I did it, I showed you. You need to create a dashboard, you have to install 3 integration, and then you have to create a monitoring means alerting. Here whenever I say monitoring, it's alerting. And collaborations, like multiple people working together using same account, so invite your members, and some of the custom metrics. So these are the things primarily we do that. So now third thing which is important is integration. So what is a Datadog integration? So here an integration at the highest level, when you assemble a unified system from unit that usually considered separately. So here at a Datadog, you can use integration to bring together all the matrices. Mind it, I said matrices, which from and logs from the infrastructure or that particular tool to gain insight into the unified system as a whole. So you can see the piece individually and also how individual pieces are impacting the whole. So Datadog has a 400 plus integration of which officially listed. Custom integrations are available as well using the Datadog API. Agent is open source, which I have already talked about it, docs-t. And once the integration has been configured, that all the data is treated the same throughput to Datadog, uh, whether it is living in a data center or in an online services. So now if you look at this here, the list of integration, you have integration for auto discovery, AWS, Azure, cachings, related software, cloud, collaborations, containers, data stores, network, orchestrations, operating systems, and all many integrations that are available. Now, Datadog provide these are the 4 types of integrations. Okay, there's a one integration which is agent-based integration. So agent-based integrations are installed with a Datadog agent only and use a Python class method called check to define the matrices to collect. So all the agent-based integration you get along with the agent. And if you remember in the conf.d, we had a check.d directory. Inside that we had a multiple integrations automatically available. So you just have to enable it and get started it. Second types of integration which is available, which is a authentication crawler based integration, are set up in the Datadog app, where you provide a credentials for obtaining a matrices with an API. So these include popular integration like a Slake, AWS, Azure, and PagerDuty. So here, remember, AWS is a cloud-based services, Azure is a cloud-based services, PagerDuty and Slake are cloud-based services, software as a service. So if you want the data from this platform, you have to get it from the APIs actually, and you have to provide the authentication and then get through API. So that is also possible in Datadog. Third thing which is supported, third types of integration is supported, which is library integration. So here use the Datadog API to allow you to monitor application based on the language they have written in. Like you have a custom Java product or Node product or Python product, so that also send the data to the Datadog, and that you can get it done through the library integration. Probably you remember yesterday we did discuss about docstash d, which you instrument and do the things. So that is a part of the library integration. You can also build a custom check to define and send a matrix to Datadog from your unique in-house system also. So that is possible. So there are 4 types of integration available. So right now we'll be more focusing on the agent-based integration. So now here, if you see, how do we set up an integration? Very simple. First of all, you have to install the agent, which is a part of the Datadog core integration. So the Datadog agent package include integration officially supported by Datadog, and in integration core, to use the integration in integration core, download the Datadog agent from this location, which you see integration core. Now there's a one integration which is also supported by community. So community based integrations are in integration, which is extra integration which you can download from the again GitHub. So let me show you that those URL. This is the Datadog core integration. See here. So many tools are available which you can integrate, and these tools can help you to send the Datadog. Elastic is here. Kubernetes are here. MySQL, MongoDB, Network, Nginx. So these are the core integration. This is something same thing you get inside when you install the agent. So let me show you here. If you go to this machine, etc Datadog, and inside that checks.d, sorry, conf.d, see, these are the integration which you see. It's a core integration which is supported by agent. Now if you want to have a additional integration which is called community based extra edition, so you can go to this URL and see these are developed by community. See, so this is the additional extra one, and these are the developed by community. So any of these also you can use it and get started. Okay, so I'll show you that how can you enable few integrations. So yeah, now the question is, how can you install or manage the integration? So basically, agent comes with a set of bundle official Datadog integration to allow users to start monitoring their application quickly, which I showed you on the command line. These integrations are available as single Python package, and you can upgrade them separately also. Now, on top of that, okay, on top of that, from the version agent point 6.8, which is the latest from onwards, the Datadog agent space integration command allow you to install and manage the official Datadog integrations that are available for agent. It has a following some command. You can install, remove, show, and freeze. So here, what we are trying to say is, if you go and you can work with Datadog agent, and here the subcommand is integration and show, and now see how many integrations. Okay, there's some error. Just a second. So error except were received 0. all. So package show,
I believe
let's say
uh,
AWS.
we did
Just
not integrated anything. That is the reason we are getting zero.
I had installed yesterday. Just a second. No, so install install. Let me name it one of this. Let's say ambassador. Okay, so this user disabled by root. User add to force is allowed for root user. Okay, so it's running with the DD agent. Or add. So oh, sudo -s. This account is not so. Please run this tool agent running user or. Okay, so let me come back to this. I have a fix somewhere in my notes, but where it is, I'll just check a little bit later. So yeah, you can install, remove, show, and freeze. Typically with a root, they should allow. There's one command you have shared. Let me try it out. No. So what is a version?
passed that version, right? The test version that they have 5.7.1.
It's not
Something like that.
taking it this version actually.
We can update it to 5.7.1, right?
Just a second. What you said, 5 point?
The window, right? 5.7.1.
Nothing. It's
Building
already
file.
installed. So yeah. So here. So so we have to add this command initially. So it should perceive like we have to do two things. If you read this message, uh, you can install any agents, I mean integrations, using the user which is running the agent which is running the agent. So right now DD agent is a by default user which is running the Datadog grep Datadog. This issue you won't have in the Windows. It's by default administrator. So in Linux, Ubuntu is running with the DD agent, and so you have to add this command to perceive this as a way to install or uninstall and stuff like that. So yeah, so these are the ways you can install, remove, show, and freeze. So many integrations are already placed. Now what to do? So here you can get started with step number one: create a dashboard, create a monitor, invite roommates, teammates, install an integration and overview video. Now you have to get comfortable with this UI. Now if you look at this here, so right now you can see this UI is on top, but after some time this all UI will get migrated to the left navigation after once you start setting up many of the stuff. So depends on that which data center you got migrated to use that. So here first icon which is called new stuff. So anything uh, uh, which Datadog uh, you know this got removed, I guess. Yeah, announcement got removed here, which should be here. No. So again this has got a little bit changed. So not a new stuff has been removed. Now next thing is like watchdog, which you're going to see here. So second menu, just again. So this second menu, which is called watchdog, let's click on it. Now under this watchdog, what you can do, you can see many information that will automatically come and automatically APM performance and infrastructure matrices that automatically detects the potential application and infrastructure issues. Okay, now this will be done by not you, but Datadog has a one algorithm in place which basically helps you to find out all the issues here. So more often you will find the APM metrics such as hits, error rate, latency, or in terms of infrastructure matrices from integration, or which you are having some issues with it, which algorithm has detected this. You have to take a note of it. So any as such integrations, you will get it. We'll get to see here. Third thing, which is third navigation which you see is event stream. Now, event stream is based on the same convention as a blog, but any event which occurred in your database. Okay, mind it, again I said any event which occurred in your database, like you added some roommates, you added some integration, you got some alerts, or you got some comments, you can notify to your teams, you can send notes to someone else. So anything as such, you can work on this. So yeah, it can be used for distributed teams and maintaining for the focus on investigation. So this is a basically good place for the team to see that what's going on. You can filter by users, source, tag, host, status, priority, and incident, and many things. So right now you won't see too much of data because we have not done anything much, but installing the agent and you can comment on it, something like that you can do right now. This is the events, and see here, this is the one agent I added. So that is one event to the Datadog account. Now here you can add a comment. Here you can see directly the instance which you added is dashboard and stuff like that. This is the left side, you have a great filters and timeline also from past 1 hour, or let's say past 2 days, whatever the event has occurred. These are the event has occurred. So I created an account, API key got created. I added this yesterday, and this is today. I mean, not added, basically this agent was reporting the data yesterday, and we got the 2 events here, and today I just started. So again you see that here agent has been started. So these are the things you can, again, lots of things will be there here once you can filter it out. Now next one is a dashboard. So dashboard again is a self-explanatory, which contains graph and with real time performance matrices. You can also see lots of graphs which automatically generated. Each graph you can zoom it, you can create a JSON, and you can move it, you can rename, you can delete it. All this thing, there's advantage of Datadog is like many graphs which you get uh, created automatically. So here you have a dashboard list which you see here, and these dashboards you can copy. Inside the dashboard you have a graph which you can again copy and create a new graph. So that is also possible. So see, if you look at this here, uh, these are the dashboard got created automatically. Host count, host system disk IO, and metrics, and networking. And with the ease you can install this dashboard. And right now these dashboards are not installed, but you can, with the ease you can install. For example, Ansible, here you are not monitoring Ansible, but through Ansible you can deploy a list of nodes at multiple machines and upgrade the nodes configurations at a time and stuff like that. So many things you can do that. AWS here, Azure, Docker, Kubernetes, Tomcat. So these are the dashboard which is pre-built. You can create a new dashboard, create a new list, you can filter the dashboards and all this thing we will work in some time, one by one, and get going. Now now again, there are dashboard which is a 2 types of dashboard. One dashboard which you can create from the new time board, and one is from the new screen board. So what is the difference between the time board and screen board? So time board typically we use for the troubleshooting and correlation purpose, and a screen board we use for displaying purpose at the some monitors and stuff like that. So that is the 2 things. So when you go for creating a dashboard here, you will see these two options and get started. Now next one is infrastructure. So whatever the infrastructure you are monitoring, you can see here. So all the machines show up in the infrastructure list. You can tag it also, you can filter it also, you can see the each and individual status also. So if you look at, go here, see here, infrastructure list. So right now I am monitoring only one node, so you can see here. And again, if you click on this, you'll get a detailed dashboard about this host. All the overall informations are here. Now you can see the all the containers which you are monitoring, which will do in some time. All the processes monitoring, networks, so little bit slow. So containers I am right now I have not added. I have to install the Docker integration, which I'll do today only. So just let me make you comfortable with it. It's taking too much of time. Okay, so here you can see all the infrastructure list, and it's slow today, I guess. I'm in the home network already. Yeah. So yeah, infrastructure list will have a multiple details and all. See that one of the screenshot where you can see infrastructure, so many things got added. Right side you see that those tags, if you look at this very carefully, my cursor, you can edit any tags, add any tags and stuff like that. You can see that mute host means you can stop the monitoring also, so that is also possible. In the infrastructure itself also only, you will get the host map. Host map, which basically you can get help for quickly visualizing your environment, like where is the issues, which machine you have issues. The host map can be created by region, by data center. You can group it on all the stuff like that, so you can easily find out that outliers means that those machines out of group. Let's say I'm having 30 EC2 instance running, and you have a one of the machine which has a problem, so which are those? So identify the outliers, detect the usage pattern, and optimize the resources. So host map is something like that. You see here different reasons, and I see the red one which has a issues, so you can directly click on that machines and investigate why that is red. Now monitoring, Datadog monitoring, the next UI you see here. In monitoring, in terms of simple way, uh, this is nothing but alerting. Okay, so here in Datadog we call it a monitoring. So here you can manage all the monitoring, create a monitoring. You can see how many monitoring got triggered. That's when we say triggered, that means what are the conditions. When the conditions is met, then those are called a triggered monitoring. You can set up a new monitoring, that when monitoring uh, got triggered, then we generate a risk incident. That incident, when that our operations teams works on it. So you can manually also create an incident and some SLOs and stuff like that. This is a place, metrics. Okay, so
To watch our complete session, enroll for our premium membership. Click onto the join button and enroll yourself with the best suited option.
metrics is the place where you can search all the matrices whatever you have in the Datadog database. Okay, mind it, database. So through agent, you send a lot of data to the Datadog. Now all these matrices you can explore using the Metrics Explorer. So basically, yeah, the Metrics Explorer is a basic interface for examining your metrics in Datadog, and you can have notebook also, which is advanced version, and dashboard also for analyzing those information. But this Metrics Explorer is a direct place. So if I go to here, and now I will be having a metrics only for one of the node which I am monitoring right now, but still you can filter it out. So you see here what metrics you want, the time defined, let's say 1 day, and from where you want here graph. So these are the graph. You see, these are the graph, inbuilt graph which you have it, which I have not created any of this graph, though you can create the graph. But right now I want the all the metrics for my node. So what is the name of my node? Just a second. It should be starting with I actually, but it's not popping up. Should be here. So this is the host name. Automatically this should be populated. This is the I think it will take few minutes to detect it because I just started that agent. So it should come here, that here or node. Let me just a second. So you should filter through that. Just give me 1 second. I'm trying to see that if it's coming on the notepad or not. So 1 day from yeah, here it is coming, but there it's not coming. Okay, so we'll wait for some more time. Probably it'll take some time, but it should come, and then you can filter out all the matrices, whatever you have, and based on that you can create a graph. So this is the place you can explore the metrics. For example, some of the metrics which you have, let's say CPU. So click on the CPU. This is a popular metrics, and let's say CPU.user. Now this is the metrics, and now it has come host. Yeah, now it is coming. So here you can filter it out matrix and see that all the details here and get going. So here you can see the timeline, 1 day, 2 days, 1 week, and all stuff like that. So all the matrices you can understand this. So right now you see that matrices in a simple way, whichever you have got it, that over cpu dot system dot cpu dot user. Now interesting thing is this matrices which you are getting it, you can also export to the dashboard. I'll show you how easily you can create a dashboard in a Datadog. You don't have too much of struggle in a Datadog to create a dashboard. So that's a matrix explorer. So next one is integration. This is a quite a huge list. And this is a place where you install the integration. So if you come to this integrations, 400 integrations are available and you can install it. Now by default, Datadog has installed NTP integration, and apart from that, any other integration if you want to install, you have to install one by one. For different integration, you have a different steps actually. So it's not only one which is applicable for everything. Site is slow today actually. Do you find any issues in the hearing me out or screen and stuff like that?
Voice is clear. Everything is fine.
Mhm. Okay, so these are the integrations where you can install so many things. Now here APM is there. Remember I talked about Datadog is basically observability platform. Observability means you have infra monitoring, log monitoring, and performance monitoring, and synthetic monitoring, all this thing, and RAM also. So this place is a APM, and which I'll discuss one day. I'll completely dedicate to APM, and we'll discuss on that. This is a notebook. Notebook, as its name suggests, what can you do? You can create a notebook. Is like a run book. If you're in operations team, you understand the run book. Run book means it's like a creating, like, let's say I'm an experienced operations engineer, so I will create a one notebook with lots of descriptions in it, graphs in it, investigations in it, to do action list on it, what to do, how to do, and all stuff like that. I'll put it in a notebook and I'll share with my team. So if something goes wrong in the infrastructure, then these notebooks will help other engineers and along with myself also to get the things done. So basically whatever you call it, different tools, different terminologies, but in Datadog we call it a notebook. Combine graphs, text in a linear cell-based format. They are designed to help you explore and share stories with your data, such as incident, investigation, post-mortem, runbooks, and infrastructure documents. Now, next one is a log management. Again, log management, we have one dedicated day. I'll discuss it. But yeah, infra, log, APM is the things. And last one is security here. Uh, Here, this is a place where we can set up the security related integrations and do the some of the checks. And this is a synthetic monitoring. Synthetic monitoring and RAM and all is combined together here. You can see that. So yeah, this is the overview of Datadog, and the one screen which you are seeing right now is integration here. So there's lists of integration which is available, and you can install more integrations. Again, here remember that I said integrations you can install through agent, APIs, and all stuff. You can embed some of the integrations as well. So these are all the integration available. We will install one by one and see how it goes. Next, APM, after that notebook, after that logs. This is a security, and this is a synthetic, then UX and RAM, and also that together is mixer. This is RAM, real user monitoring. Here is a synthetics, here UX, new test, you can create it and all stuff like that. So yep, in short, this is the overview. Any questions, any doubts here you have?
Suraj, we will be doing the implementation, right, for each of the module, like, I mean, for creating a dashboard, creating a monitor, every stuff we will be learning, right, after this.
Yeah, we'll be doing that. That's simple. So what I'm going to start with that demo. Windows, I'll show you. Process monitoring second. Yesterday I have shown you Linux, and after that container, after that Apache. So we'll do that. These are the integrations today. Any questions so far, guys? Any questions so far?
Nothing from my side.
Raj, when we were integrating, right? So we are installing the integration. One of the technology like Datadog, vSphere, or maybe like Tomcat, something like we are trying to install. But in integration, sometime it says detected and sometime it says installed. What is the difference between that?
Sometime it's detected and sometime you say
Sometime some of the technology it says detected, some of the technology it says installed. What is the difference between these two?
okay. So when see here, try to understand this here. Datadog agent here, when you installed this, and when you enable the some of the process monitoring also, then this sent lots of data. When I say lots of data, that means lots of data of running applications in the Datadog. Okay, so now Datadog agent send all the data to the Datadog. Now Datadog here advise you, okay, we have detected those applications. Let's say Docker. I'll show you that when I install the Docker, I'll show you that. So let's Datadog advise, I have detected in your machine Docker, and we have integration available also. So if this software is available, if you enable this integration, then I will capture this Datadog matrices also and store in Datadog website. I mean software. I mean Datadog site, and that way you can have a more matrices, more report, more monitors, and stuff like that. So probably you're talking. You might have seen that incident, I guess. Got
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Okay. So now we are going to start with Windows, then enable the process container, Apache, and Tomcat also, if possible, in time. So let's get started. Any other questions, guys, before I start the demo?
Raj, can we integrate our Zendex, ticketing tool with Datadog? Is there any way we can do that?
See, Gendex is the monitoring tool. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, when you say integration, there should be some purpose actually. So probably your purpose is to send the data from whatever you have stored in the Zendesk. You want to send that data to Datadog, and after that, once all the data you have in Datadog, you can create a monitor, incident alerting, and dashboard. So if that is your goal, then integration, I think it should be available. Now both are in a competition with each other, so we need to check how much they do that. See here, this is available. So Zendesk is a customer service and support, and let me tell you one more thing. Every integrations, configurations, installations, and behaviors is different. So best way to read those information itself. So now if you see here, integrate with Zendesk to what? Monitor and graph ticket counter metrics by status and satisfaction rating. Receive the Datadog event each time a new Zendesk is opened, ticket is open, and create update ticket using Zendesk mention. So in this integration, you will get only these three functionality. You will not get this functionality which I was talking about. Okay, so
Got it.
these are the three if you want it. But again, you have to check that community integrations also, if they have all this stuff. Typically, if you go for the Elasticsearch integration, they will take all the data, push it in the Datadog. So a different integration, different behavior.
Got it.
Okay. Okay. So guys, let's get started. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to integrate first with Windows. Now guys, all the blocks step by step you should be able to find here. Here, Datadog agent setup in Windows. I just searched Datadog and I got this article, and it's not very difficult. Install the, all this screenshot is attached, and get going. So I'm going to install this. So here,
Raj, your voice is, it was like
is it
fuzzy.
breaking?
Yeah.
Let me change the internet. Is it okay now? Is it okay now?
Yes, it's okay now. Yeah.
Yeah. So guys, I'm going to install the first activity, which is a Windows, a first integration. So let's go for integration here. Click on it and click on it. Agent. The site is little slow. I wish you could have a little bit more faster. And let me tell you, it's all self-service. You just have to have come out of this fear. It's very simple to do that. So I click on the integrations and then agent, and I got the Windows. Here I will select that all the steps you have it here. Download this, install it, configure it, reason, and start this. If you want to do through the command line or PowerShell, you have it here. But let's do this through GUI mode, so that way you have a little bit of confidence of what is happening. Okay, so I'm installing the agent. It's taking quite a huge amount of time. Okay, so meanwhile, till that my agent is getting installed, I will do the other enabling. That's the process. So guys, how can we enable the process monitoring? Now if you go to this place, let me show you here, uh, in the host which I have already up and running, and I want to check, do we have a process enabled? Now, how to enable a live process monitoring in Datadog agent? This tutorial you can refer it. It's just the one simple tweaking. It's not very difficult. In the which file, datadog.yaml file. So now if you see here, still getting load, yeah. So now if you see here, here you have a CPU, here you have a process memory usage, not a process monitoring. Here you have available swap, disk swap, and all stuff like that. So I am not able to locate the process monitoring, though maybe that's still getting refreshed or something. So now what to do? I will go to this machine which I have set it up, and username is Ubuntu, and I will go to etc, and I will go to cd datadog. This is the locations. Every time you have to remember only one location you have to remember. Now something which you have to modify, and that is go to this datadog file, file, and just you see process config, you see here, and enable true. That's all. You have to do the same thing. This the one which I'm showing you is in Linux. Same thing you have to do in this one in Windows also. That's all. So can we check? So go to the vi datadog YAML, and this is the file which you have to be comfortable most. So process config, you have to get comfortable, but I'll just search for it. See, this is the one. So right now you see that carefully, this is commented and this is commented. Okay, so now I'm going to enable that. Look at it here. I just enable it like this, and here two spaces. Okay, I just did it. So here process config enabled true. Remember this is YAML file, so spacing matters a lot. So whichever way they have asked you, you have to do that. So now I have enabled that process monitoring, and after that you have to start the Datadog agent. So restart. Stop. Start. So see here, these are the checks. They're loading. All are info. That's okay, and sending. So now this is done. So now can we validate? So after enabling, you can also check something like a process. So go to the infrastructure and process. So I will go to the infrastructure here, and click on the process monitoring. We'll have to wait for 2 minutes to 3 minutes to get the things, get the data basically. So this is the way you can monitor the process. Now it has not come, just wait for it. Automatically will get updated. Something like this, you will get it, a page, the one which I'm showing you here. So this page will be filled with all the processes which is running in your by agent and get started. So after that you can monitor the process also. Did you understand that, all of you? Guys, am I audible?
Yep.
Yeah, Raj.
Okay, so I'll come back and check this page after 2 minutes, and that way it will have some data by that time. One more thing, I'm just starting in the daemon mode, so that way I've stopped the agent. Why? Because I want to start as a daemon mode, so that way I have a control over that. Okay, that's all. So can I check the status? It's running. Okay, now my agent got installed of Windows, and now I'm going to install the agent of Windows, Datadog agent of Windows. So in my Windows itself, I'm installing it. I will uninstall it after some time, after the demo and all. So here I click on the exes and site is very slow actually today. Okay, so this is the installer. You can do through command line also, and PowerShell also, and the GUI also. GUI I'm doing it because of demo will be simple. You have to select few things like data center and then key. So that's all. Apart from that, rest of the things is as usual. So here still it's checking. Next. Now accept the agreement. Next. Now this is the key you have to give it. Now just a second. You go to this place, integration. You can get the key in your accounts also, but I'm telling you in an easy way where to get it. It's really damn slow actually. Agent, leave, and click on the Windows, just like I did last time.
To watch our complete session, enroll for our premium membership. Click onto the join button and enroll yourself with the best suited option.
I think I'll be having agent here. And keys I'll be having here. So let me get the keys. The same key you can use it. Here it is a key. So I'm going to use this key here. Next, which data center you want it? So US or UK, EU, Europe. US is okay for time being, and install. That's all. So I install the agent, and by default some checks will be enabled, which will be sending the data. In Windows you can see that all this through GUI also. So yes, I installed it. You see that here. After finish, you will see that agent at the 5000 port. Remember I told you agent graphics will be enabled, GUI will be enabled by default in Windows at the 5002 port. So it's getting installed. Just wait for it. And after that you can see the agent manager, agent info, version, flavor, PID, agent started, config file location also you can see here, config path in Windows, check .d.path also. And in the service you can see the Datadog agent is running. If you enable the process, you can see the process agent also running, trace agent is also running. So these are the things you have to notice. In the file, if you're not able to see the file, then you have to enable this show hidden files and folders in Windows to see the sum of the files, which is like under the program data, you have a Datadog YAML. So these are the locations of it. That's all. So very simple. And after that, again, it will start sending the data to a Datadog, and then from there you can set up a monitoring. Did you understand that? Any questions here? Any questions here, guys?
So after the installation of Datadog agent, right? I mean, if you want to track some particular process like java.exe or something, we want to set it to, we want to create a monitor on top of it.
Monitor, yeah, that
So
part I have not gone into that so far. I'm just teaching you how to set up a monitoring right now, not alerting.
okay.
Okay, now guys, next things which I'm going to do is container monitoring. I wish I should have little faster, but it's okay. So guys, for the container monitoring, mind it here, uh, which is a very popular integration available in Datadog, which will monitor your container actually. So the question is, monitoring is okay, that can be set up in a few minutes, but how to install integration? So for that, there are some steps which you need to follow. Now, more or less, the steps will be like, if you know the tools like a Docker and all, it will be easy for you. Now, if you don't know that, then again, you have to learn, because you are in operations team. You have to know the infrastructure well. Now, the instructions which they have here. So if you go to the integrations, and here you see SSH detected. Earlier it was not coming. If you remember, someone had asked this question, I guess. So earlier this was not there, but now SSH has detected. How come? Because I enable the process monitoring. Who has asked these questions? Someone asked these questions. Gosh.
That was, yeah,
Yeah.
it says like
Yeah.
detected.
So yeah, because I enable the monitoring, right? A process monitoring. So you got detected.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to
Yeah.
install this integration, then you can do that. But right now, not interested. So I'm interested in Docker. So install this here. Now to integrate, you have to perform many steps, which you can find it here also. But sometime you will not find a complete detail here, but you should read it. What they are saying, you have to install Docker and up and running. Second thing, you have to add this user. Which user? Docker user DD agent user to the group called Docker. That is a requirement. And then you have to go to this Docker daemon YAML file and set this and restart the agent. And then after that, see the status and dap. So these are the things you have to do that. So same thing, I'm doing it in front of you. So what I'm going to do is containers. So I'm going to install Docker first. Now, how do you install Docker? So I'll share with you URL which can help you to get it installation faster. So first thing, install the Docker using this URL. And in this URL, you have a 3 method to install the Docker. One is yum, RPM package, and one is a script. Script I find little easier, so I'll do that. So here, Ubuntu sudo so now Docker is being installed. It will not take much time in Linux machine. The only headache is Windows actually. Now you see, this has been done. Now installation is been done. I have to enable it Docker, else I'll not be able to use it. And after that, I'm going to start this service of Docker. So now Docker is a process, remember. So now Docker will be also detected in the integration. But anyways, I'm integrating it, so not needed. So now that is done. Now what to do? So now what to do in this case? So after this, you have to follow the second step, which you have here. See, this is the first step is done. Second, you have to do this one. Add the DD agent. Remember your DD agent is running a agent, Datadog agent. So what is the reasoning behind it? I'll tell you. Here you are monitoring the container. Now container can be accessible. Hear me out carefully. Container can be accessible by the two user. Hardcode this statement. One user is root, always root, who can access it. But you need to understand that your root is not running your Datadog agent. Who's running? DD agent is running your Datadog. So as I said, only two user can access the container. One is root, and second user who's a part of the group called Docker. Are you getting my points? Are you getting my points?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the reason you are adding this user in a group called Docker. So now DD agent can also access your container and can monitor. So this you have to do that also. So I just did it. After that, this is the third part and last part in order to enable the integration. So for that, what I am going to do, I think you know the steps. Etc Datadog agent conf.d, and inside that you have an integration. These are the core integration. That means you don't need to install it. Last time we got stuck, right? With installation one, not stuck, it was a permission issues. But yeah, these are the core integration. So go to the docker.d, which is already there. Now you see here conf.yaml dot default, that means it's commented it out, it's not active. So I don't modify this file, I'll just copy this to .yaml file. Are you getting guys this stuff, all of you?
Yes.
Now conf.yaml is enabled by default. I will modify this and I validate if everything is as per the this requirement or not. Again here, what is the reason? So Docker is reading the Unix socks, and that's where the monitoring can possible. So if I see init config instances, and here if I go and see, it's not there, socks is not being, so you can enable this integration but it will not read that things. So what to do? Nothing, just copy this content very carefully. Remember it's a YAML, so it'll make you cry if you do wrongly. And done. And after that you have to four spaces. Okay, I will comment it out, not deleting it. Wait a second. And finally I'm going to restart this. So for restarting, this is the command which we have done. Can I see the status? Yes, Rani. One more thing, if you are not sure about it, about the configuration changes which you did is good or not, so you can do the config check. Okay, so config check print all the configuration loaded and resolved of the running agent. Okay, so this you can do that. Or here config will print the runtime configuration of running agent, but config check it will read the file. So here I just did config check, and you see if it has error it will show you, but it has no error, so it's not showing you. So now I enable the Docker integration, also restart the agent, and now execute the agent status command and verify the integration check passed. So that is I did it. You have to click this install integration, else server will not check that. So now Docker is installed. So how can we see that? Where can you see that? So you see under the infrastructure containers, containers here. It will take 2 to 3 minutes to come. But first let's check the process, which was we completed the job last time but we did not validate it. So now I'm validating after a few minutes, and now you see that this page, and now you see here you have a process monitoring from the one machine, and you see that it's a self-explanatory things left. Lots of filters are available, we'll work on it. Right now I don't want to complicate everything at a time. See, these are the process running in my machine, and CPU, RAM, and all stuff like that. Okay, now do we have any containers? So actually the problem here is, guys, we don't have any containers. Mind it, I repeat, containers, I enable the integration, but the problem here is we don't have any containers. So you won't get any containers here. That means container monitoring is not, I mean it's enabled, but you don't have any containers. See, 0 containers. So what do we do in this case? So I'm going to create a quickly, guys, few containers so I can get it. So simple docker run -itd Ubuntu. I'm getting containers created just for the monitoring purpose, so I can monitor the container. Are you getting my points, guys? Guys, are you there? Hello?
Yeah. So basically, it will create an image, right? The last one that you fired, Docker
No, it will
-itd.
create a container from the Ubuntu image
Okay.
here. So I got a 4 containers here. Now you see here you have a 0, right? Just wait for 2 minutes. You will have a 4 containers, and now these containers are running your applications. You can monitor it. You can create a monitor. So just wait for 2 minutes. I'll come back later and stuff like that. The Windows is still in progress, so let it complete. So guys, are you comfortable setting up the monitoring integration basically for Linux? Windows is still in progress, but it will be done soon. Process and container. Any questions so far? Any questions, guys?
Nothing from my side. But can we also have a demo for database side? I mean, if we want to set
Yeah,
up any database,
database. Which database you want?
Oracle or Postgres, anyone?
Let's have a Postgres because open source, so easy to set up actually. Okay, so Postgres. Anything else you want, you just let me know.
How about
Anything
Nginx?
else? Nginx. Anything else?
MySQL?
MySQL. What else?
Tomcat, if
Tomcat already planned actually. That's a
okay.
popular one.
So Apache
Anything
S3s.
else, guys? You want? Is there Apache?
Okay, Apache and
Anything
Tomcat.
else? Yeah. Anything else?
Something like Yarn or Spark.
How about
So see, guys.
Istio, Kubernetes Istio?
Hadoop.
Kubernetes, we can do that. Istio, we need to set up again. Let me try first setting up that infrastructure. That takes Kubernetes and Istio takes lots of time to set up. 1 hour to set up. I'll just keep it environment ready. Yeah. Anything else?
Hadoop system. I mean,
Which one?
Hadoop.
I'm not a Hadoop guy, so I will not be able to do the justice to that topic. But I think if you know the Hadoop, then integration should be not a difficult here. I'm a DevOps on in software engineering, not in the data analytics side. So let me see Hadoop. I don't understand any of those terminology. That is a problem. Anything with the system side, programming side, I can help you with. Okay, guys. So here, if you see now, I got the 4 containers. See here, there's one image, short image. The refresh issue is there. Let it come. See here, there's a 4 containers now. Now you can monitor it and you see that everything. I have a 4 container, 1, 2, 3, 4, named with this. Here it is.
Along with that, you can access our other tutorials such as Docker, Ansible, Jenkins, Terraform, Splunk, AWS, Azure, and various other DevOps related premium tutorials with our channel membership. If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the 399 plan and grow your skills immensely. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.